all began back in December. Every team with a positive outlook going forward.
3 seconds. 2, 1. It's good! A buzzer beater.
Through the course of the season, ups and downs.
Knocked down and wins it in overtime. And that will be it. My goodness. Heartbreak.
Now.
Great fight, but they come up just short.
We're in playoff time.
What a ball game. What a classic.
And every team's trying to
earn a trip to the state tournament.
The state tournament. The excitement begins now.
What a night here. They win. My goodness, what a finish.
KBEK Sports presents high school basketball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside North Branch High School for tonight's Section 7 3A playoff basketball game for the North Branch Rush City Vikings and the Hermantown Hawks. Good evening, everybody. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's girls' playoff matchup here between these two section teams playing out of Section 7 3A. It should be a good one here between these two teams as people are starting to pile in and fill up the seats. We've got the teams just now entering the court, getting ready for their warm-ups. And there I see head coach Joe Lattimore. Speaking of head coach Joe Lattimore, we have an interview with him coming up here very shortly, but just kind of want to preview this game a little bit here. These two teams did play earlier during the regular season. And yes, that was a little while ago, as that win over Hermantown for North Branch is the reason why they are the number 4 seed and get a home game and not the number 5 seed and are at Hermantown. They beat Hermantown at home earlier in the season, 53-49, a 4-point win. So it was a not a big win, but in the grand scheme of things, it kind of is a big win. So for North Branch Rush City, although it wasn't a large margin of victory, it is still a big win because that win puts them now in the driver's spot right here at home to be able to host the Hermantown Hawks for this first round matchup. Now the next round will be dependent on who wins here this evening. Is it Rockridge? Is it Duluth-Denfeld? Whoever wins that one, that's who the winner of this one would be playing. And again, it depends on who wins that one, because that would either be at Rockridge, and if Rockridge loses, then one of these two teams would get to host the next game. So all dependent on what tonight brings us, but should be a ton of fun. It should be a lot of action, and I'm excited here for this one to see how it all plays out. And again, the North Branch Rush City Vikings, only 2 seniors on this squad for them here this year, and they're hoping to send those seniors out with a nice win. Of course, their last game during the regular season that was at home was a 1-point loss to Princeton, so they'd like to end their home playing with a win for these seniors. Of course, Kayla Diedrich and Peyton Stannert are the 2 seniors for this Viking squad. They're hoping to give them one final win at home before moving on in the playoffs. So we're going to take a commercial break, hear word from some of our fine sponsors. When we return, we'll hear a word from Joe Lattimore, the head coach of the North Branch Rush City Co-op. We'll get that interview with him played, and then we'll come back, talk even more about this matchup as you're listening to Girls Section 7 3A playoff basketball right here on 95.5 FM KBEK.
Hi, this is Sarah from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Do you know about our propane customer referral program? It's simple and rewarding. Refer a qualified new Burnett Dairy propane customer and you'll receive a $100 credit to your account. Terms and conditions apply. Call 715-689-1032 for details and follow our Burnett Dairy General Store Facebook page. Share the warmth with Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
In service to one, in service to all, for over 100 years, the Pine City Knights of Columbus has donated thousands of dollars and volunteered countless hours to many great programs in the Pine City community. Stay tuned for more information about their upcoming events. They need your support at these events to help raise funds for the continued support of these programs. The Knights of Columbus wish the Pine City Dragons best of luck in their postseason play and are proud to be a sponsor of Dragon Sports. Go Dragons!
We're now joined by the girls basketball head coach of the North Branch Rush City Co-op, Joe Lattimore. First of all, Coach, thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, game day. Great to be here. Thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure to talk to WCMP Radio.
And, of course, we are talking about the end of the season now, heading into playoffs. Kind of give us your perspective of the season this year.
Yeah, so we finished out the year. Some of the things that we were looking for. One of our goals we wanted to do at the end of the year is make sure that we had a home playoff game, which we were able to do by actually just having that win over Hermantown way back in December. Gives us the head-to-head tiebreaker that really made it so we were the 4 seed and they were the 5 seed. But, going back through everything, one of the things that we wanted to do is be competitive, right? Be competitive at all of our games and make sure that we're making great progress. In the 26 games, 22 of them were highly competitive, 2 blowout losses, 2 blowout wins, but all of the other ones were right there, taking the conference champ Becker right down to the wire at home, having a great game against Monticello, another great team in the conference, at home in the first half, and then being able to get some wins along the way is always good, but just being able to learn how to compete and get better every day, and that's one thing that the girls did as they came in every day with a willingness to learn and work and get better. And you can really see that as the season went on. We had some, like we talked about earlier, some new concepts and new things we were doing, and we were just able to really work on that, develop them, and then just learn and grow, and that's one thing that we were able to do as the season went on. So really happy about the growth that we had. Obviously, the wins and losses, are not what you want, but you'd like to have a little bit more. But I thought that last week of the season, having that game over at Monticello, which is always a very tough place to play and not playing our best, and then coming back 2 days later at St. Francis and getting down early, down 10-1 early, and then being able to kind of fight through that, figure out what we need to do to be successful, and then get that lead at halftime, and then just expand on that lead and get a win there at the end of the season that really put us in a good frame of mind and showed us what we need to do to be successful, to be successful in the playoffs.
Yeah, and looking at this team too, you had a 1,000-point scorer this year with Diedrich, and then you had a record breaker in Kuhlman. But in just with talking with Kuhlman, I could just sense the team. It was never about her. It was never about one individual. This from the get-go, they've learned that this is a team game, that they are just so about each other. What has it been like to see this group play together for the first time this year, but also just grow with each other, because it's been really impressive.
Well, and you hit it right on the head there. I mean, basketball is such a long season, but one thing that these girls have made it is every day was just a joy to come to practice and get to work, and they did a great job of building that team chemistry and working together, and having a few new ones come in this year through the co-op, and just being able to hit the ground running with all of them. And like you said, both Kayla and Ella, Kayla getting 1,000 points real early in the season, and Ella breaking the school record for points for a girls basketball player. It's always about how do we make the team better, how do we get better as a team, and that's one thing that that leadership, especially from girls in those positions, is huge for us, because then it makes it very unselfish, and we see that a lot through our stuff, a lot of unselfishness through our team, and that's a credit to our girls who really fight for each other and try and pick each other up, and they're just a really great group to work with and be with.
And looking at this team again this season, you mentioned a ton of close games. So I guess going forward, looking towards the playoffs, I think this is a team that is going to be very dangerous in the playoffs. But again, looking at those close games, into playoffs is another animal. What is something you'd like to see from your team in the playoffs in those close games in order to come out on top?
Well, I think that's one thing that we've kind of had to develop throughout the years, being able to hold leads. There's been many games where we've had some leads that we just weren't able to hold on to, wearing down at the end, some foul issues, just some things that, hopefully, 26 games through the season help you kind of develop and figure out what you need to do to be successful. So I think we have a really good idea of who we are and what we need to do to be successful in those situations. So I think having those close games has helped prepare us to learn how to face those situations. The first time we played Hermantown, we were down at half, and we had to fight our way back into that game and get the win at the end. So I think that was big, but also some other situations where we just didn't capitalize. So hopefully by learning from those situations, we'll be able to capitalize on them moving forward in the playoffs.
And of course, the first round, you mentioned you get a home game. How important is that for you and this team, but just for this school and this program all around to have this home playoff game?
Well, when it's being with the big schools, 3A and 4A, there's not as many schools in them. We only have 8 teams in our section, so being able to get that one of those top 4 seeds is critical for us, just to be able to have that one more home game. Even for our seniors who, our last home game was just a heartbreaker loss on a last-second 3 to Princeton. It kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But being able to come back, it's like, okay, we get one more shot at this on our home court, and let's make it memorable for us. I think that's a big thing. And just being able to be at home, be in our surroundings, know where we are, know our courts. Just those little things that we know about what we do, our preparation prior to it, our pregame, all that other stuff that goes into it. We've done that 13 times now, so we're really good at that, know where we need to be and where we have to be. And so I just think that's important as well, just to have that. But, we've had, our last few games, we've had just great crowds at our game, and we're hoping Wednesday night's going to be the same for us. Have a great crowd, pack the gym. The pep band's going to be there, so it's going to be hopefully a great environment. We've had a few of them here in February, and we're just hoping that continues, because that gives us a little extra as well to have that home court advantage, especially with a crowd that's there and vocal and ready to cheer on the Vikings.
No doubt. And for you as a coach, what is the message to the team to kind of remind them that, hey, although this is a playoff game, it is still just another basketball game that you're playing, so that to make sure that they're not too high or too low?
Great point there, Ethan. That's one thing that we always talk about. We want to be based off what we are capable of. So we have some standards that we approach the game with every day, practice every day, and those are what we like to hold ourselves accountable to, is being able to meet these standards, and then in turn being able to understand that the basketball game it's 36 minutes. There's lots of ups and downs, and just being able to maintain a steady course, make sure that we keep a good attitude, a positive attitude, and not let things get too high or too low on us. That's the best way to approach a game, is over the long haul of it. If we are consistent, we'll be successful.
And you mentioned it before, you playing a team that you've already played once this year. You were able to get the victory over them. Obviously, a little bit different situation, but what is something you want to see from your team there on Wednesday's game against Hermantown, who you've already beat?
Well, Hermantown, like you said, we played them way early in the year, a home game. Actually, it was one of our first victories against them in quite a few years. They've had a run on us here lately, so it was good to get that one early and kind of check that one off the list. But, for us, Hermantown brings a lot of different things at you. Hermantown's got a big 6'1", 6'2" girl inside, great post presence. They got a great outside shooter, point guard. She kind of does it all for them, so they kind of they create some mismatch advantages for themselves that we'll have to prepare for and make sure that we are understanding what they're great at, so we can limit and hopefully take away some of what they do well. So we know it's going to be a challenge, and we know that what we need to do is make sure that we limit our turnovers, make sure we have great execution on the offensive end and defensive end, and making sure that we get win that rebounding and free throw game. And if we can do those three things, we think that we can be successful on Wednesday night.
And going back to the team once more, this team only had 2 seniors on it, but for you as a coach, what was it like to be able to watch these players grow throughout this year and be able to coach them for their senior year?
Well, the 2 we have is Kayla Dietrich and Peyton Steinhardt. They're both, Kayla comes to us from Rush City. She's been playing, actually, I had her as a 7th grade player when I was coaching 7th grade in Rush City, so been able to watch her growth and development throughout her high school career, so it's always been a pleasure to watch her, and she's just a phenomenal athlete, but more than that, she's just a phenomenal young lady, so very happy that she was with us. And then Peyton, she's been with our program now for a few years, and she just has a great attitude. She comes with a smile on her face every day, willing to work, put in the effort, and she just does a great job. So we're just it was just great to have those 2 as senior leaders this year to kind of help build the program in the way that we want it to be. So it was those 2 are just great seniors to have, and our younger ones were able to see great role models about what it means to work hard and persevere through some adversity.
Coach, that is all that I have for you here. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
We always thank you guys at WCMP and KBEK for coming to our games, and it's been great to see you guys at the games, and hopefully we'll get you at a few more here this year, and I just appreciate all you guys do for our local sports scene.
Absolutely. We're blessed to do it and happy to do it as well. And Coach, again, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to do this. It is greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Ethan. Take care.
Thanks, you too.
AOML.
BRB.
B4N.
Period 02.
BF.
143.
AAK.
1 a.m.
Apostrophe S apostrophe.
These are 2 teenage girls texting each other, and we have no idea what they're saying either. Maybe the WCMP Deals guy can translate.
This week, grab your tickets to the new Wrangler Stampede Rodeo. 3 options to choose from. BEG. Big Evil Grin.
No, I don't think that's what they were saying at all. But find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. OMG. TTYL. Money sign, heart emoji.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. Ethan Game Day Gilman in the pregame, previewing this Section 7-3A girls basketball playoff matchup here between the North Branch Rush City Vikings and the Hermantown Hawks. Again, you heard an interview from their head coach, Joe Lattimore, and I had the pleasure of working with Joe not just as a coach and getting interviews with him, but I've also been able to work with him as a colleague and calling some games as well. So I appreciate him and appreciate him taking time to do that interview. It means a lot to me because there are times where in his busy schedule he may not be able to, and he takes time out of his day to do that. It's very much appreciated. Again, he very busy as a teacher and as a head coach. He could be easily just sitting there. Instead of talking to me planning or for the game or for any classwork he needs to get done for the kids or just planning. So I appreciate him doing that and giving time to talk about the game coming up. And yeah, this North Branch Rush City team is their record really doesn't show how good of a team they are. I mean, when we take a look at this team, they sit with an 8-18 record overall. 4-4 in the section and 5-11 in their conference That was good enough for 7th in the Mississippi 8 Conference. So when you take a look at this team, you might say to yourselves, well, they're just not that good this year. 8-18, they not really close to 500. They're not that good of a team. Well, let me what is it called? Fact check you. Let me fact check you real quick. Against Sauk Rapids Rice, they only lost by 8 points. Now you might say, well, that's 8 points. Yes, but in that game, I talked with head coach Joe Lattimore earlier in the season about that game, and he said, we were right there until the very end, and they were able to pull away with a couple big shots. But then they had another one against Two Rivers where they lost by 11, and they were leading in that game up until late into it. Then they beat Hermantown, then they lost by 1. Now, here's where the couple close games come in. They lost to Big Lake by 1, lost to Grand Rapids by only 4, lost to Cambridge Isani by only 6. Then they lost to Princeton earlier in the year by 13. That comes into play later. We'll talk about that one. They did lose to Brand by 14 and lost to St. Francis by 13, but then they lost to Little Falls by only 1 point. And they were able to beat Big Lake later in the season, as well as Hibbing, before losing to Chisago Lakes by 3 and Cambridge Isani again by 6. So you look at a couple of these games, you turn those around, they're right at 500, if not a game or two over 500 in those close games that I just mentioned. I mean, this is a team where they're a very good team, and I mentioned how Princeton comes into play later. Yeah, they played Princeton here not that long ago, Friday, February 16th, so coming up on 2 weeks ago that they played them in their final regular season home game, and they led pretty much throughout the entirety of that game until the second half. Princeton was able to come back from a double-digit deficit. They come back and took a lead a couple of times in that second half, but only for a total of about 30 seconds. Each time they took the lead, it was only about 10 seconds before North Branch was able to come back, take the lead once again. But late in the half, it was a Princeton 3 from a young lady who hadn't hit a 3 all night, but she was able to get a 3 to fall late in that game, which would eventually be the game winner, as unfortunately North Branch was not able to get a shot off before the end of the game. So Princeton wound up winning that one by a mere 1 point. So again, take those close games and you turn them around. This team is right at 500 on the season. And we'll count them up. 1, 2, 3 for sure. 4, 5, let's call it 6, 7, 8. So yeah, give them 8 more wins. That's 16 wins on the year, maybe even close to 9. So 8 to 9 more wins. I mean, that puts them at 17 wins, anywhere from 16 to 17 wins. I mean, then they're towards the top of the section. You put them with 16, 17 wins. I mean, yeah, that's right, good enough for second with that amount of wins. Of course, Rockridge is the number 1 team in the section at 23-3. Only a top 20 team at 17th in the state, but yeah, for North Branch, this is a much more dangerous team than what they show on their record. They score about 55 points per game, give up about 56.5. So let me tell you, the 2 times that I've been able to call a game here in in North Branch, it's been really good. Their offense has really produced, and I've really seen them kind of ball out, and I'm excited to see what they're able to do here tonight, because I don't know, maybe I'm their good luck charm. I don't know. We'll call it that, but no, of course I'm not. But it is fun to watch this team because, again, they are leaps and bounds better than 8-18. On paper, you might say to yourselves, well, this could be a close game. I still think it might, but for Hermantown, they come in with a 7-19 record, 51 points per game scored on the season, and they give up 62. So North Branch does have that advantage in the give and take column for points per game. So they will try to use that to their advantage here tonight, as again, they do score a lot more points than what they show in their points per game. And not only that, they're a much better team. So I'm really excited to see what this team is able to do here this evening and what they can do. I think key tonight for North Branch, get going early. And once you get going early, keep that going. Keep that offense going. We've seen it before. When this offense gets rolling, they're hard to stop. And I think one of the things that they need to do is make sure they don't get themselves out of a roll, out of a rhythm. They need to continue to press the issue. They need to continue to put pressure on Hermantown. They need to continue to run their offense, whether it's quick, whether it's patience, whatever it is. Don't go away from it. Get started early and continue with that, and can get yourselves into a rhythm, and don't go away from it. Just continue on with it. Defensively, you got to pressure. This Hermantown Hawk team comes in with only one senior, so we've got a lot of youth, and they use a lot of depth. So I think one of the things here tonight, too, is just make sure you know who's coming on to the court. Make sure you know which player is coming on and going where and playing where because, again, that depth they will use here tonight. Want to thank all of our fine sponsors here this evening. Of course, Here's the Pitch is one of them, whether you're trying to make the team or trying to take the team to the next level. Get into Here's the Pitch in North Branch. State-of-the-art batting cages for baseball and fast-pitch softball. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. Also, I want to remind you, don't forget to grab your 2024 restaurant passport. You can grab one at one of our 20 participating local restaurants because it's your chance to win free food. Details at kbek.com. We are going to end our pregame here for this one. Because coming up in just a few moments, we'll get our national anthem and our starting lineups announced, and then we'll have tip-off coming your way here in this Section 7-3A girls playoff basketball matchup between the North Branch Rush City Vikings and the Hermantown Hawks. Back after word from our fine sponsors here on Nice 95.5 FM. KBEK.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
When aches and pains are interfering with your daily life, Wellia Health wants to help. The sports medicine team at Wellia Health is here to help you get back to the things you love. Wellia Health has a highly skilled sports medicine team with a wide range of experiences. They are also experts in concussion management, a concern for young athletes and adults alike. No matter the injury, get back in the game with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through your MyChart account, welliahealth.org.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the Pitch, the premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Exhale slowly, letting any tension leave your body. Breathe in deeply as you stretch every fiber of your soul.
This woman's gonna kill me.
I know, and she's so boring.
Now, lift your back.
I'd rather have the WCMP deals guy leading this class.
Oh, yeah.
This week, snag a 30-minute massage at Pine City Family Chiropractic for only $45. Free.
WCMPradio.com/deals. Slowly now. WCMPradio.com/deals. Now, breathe.
Back here on 95.5 FM KBEK. Looking at your starting lineups here for the Hermantown Hawks, who are head coached by Beth Clark. It'll be number 3, Bailey Zagelmeyer. Number 5, Michaela Sweeney. 21, Bailey Hermanson. 33, Isabella Watiziak. And 53, Olivia Johnson. On the other side for the North Branch Rush City Vikings, who are head coached by Joe Lattimore, it'll be number 1, Caitlin Lattimore, number 2, Joanna Bartkey, number 5, Kayla Diedrich, 23, Ella Kuhlman, and 32, Isabella Folkema. And the Hermantown Hawks wearing their white away uniform, the navy blue letters and numbers outlined in that Hermantown gold, the blue stripe down the side of the jersey and shorts with the single thin gold line down each of the stripes. The stripes continue on the bottom of the shorts as well. And for the North Branch Vikings wearing their black home uniforms, the white letters and numbers outlined in red. The red trim on the neck, arm, whole sleeves, and the bottom of the shorts, the lone red stripe down the side of the jersey and shorts. 18 minutes are up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. And we are just about set for playoff basketball to get underway here in North Branch. This is the first round, the quarterfinals of Section 7 3A. The Vikings looking for yet another win over Hermantown this season, trying to advance to the semifinals, where they will play the winner of Rockridge and Duluth-Denfeld. It'll be Diedrich and Olivia Johnson at center court for tip-off. And we are underway here in North Branch, where the Vikings win the tip. Taken by Kuhlman, now to Folkema. Folkema will take a long 2, and it's good, and right away the Vikings get on the board. They want to get on the board early, and they do so with a Folkema 2. Now up the other way, Hermanson has it, gives it off to Watiziak. Now in the near side corner for Sweeney. Sweeney gives it over Watiziak. Watiziak is bumped. Or excuse me, that's Hermanson. And that'll draw the first foul here on the Vikings. That one's going to go against Caitlin Lattimore, her first, team's first, and that'll lead to an inbound from the Hawks. Hermanson getting set. Hermanson looks, gives it on the near side to Watiziak. Now in the near side corner, back to Hermanson. Hermanson to Watiziak. Tries to go inside, but it's stolen away by Isabella Folkema. And taking it to the basket is Kayla Diedrich, who drops it in for 2. And the transition offense works to perfection there and makes it 4-0 North Branch Rush City. Watiziak quickly up the court to Sweeney. Sweeney back outside to Zagelmeyer for 3. That's no good. Rebound up for grabs, going to be taken by Watiziak. Now on the far side with it are the Hawks. Give it to Zagelmeyer on the far side. She's going to pop off a 3, and that's good from long range. That's Bailey Zagelmeyer for the Hawks. Quickly getting points on the board for Hermantown. Now Ella Kuhlman with it. A quick trigger 3 is good. Ella Kuhlman. She's got such a quick motion with her shots, excuse me. And coming back the other way are the Hawks. Sweeney with it. She's going to get called for the travel, and the ball will go right back to the Vikings. 7-3, Vikings with the lead. Folkema will inbound to Kuhlman. Kuhlman calls out the offense before she gets it into the front court. Takes it one way, gets back the other way, gives it off to Folkema. Folkema holding the ball over her head, looking, now dribbles. Gives it off on the far side to Diedrich. Diedrich, a long 3 is good! Kayla Diedrich for 3 makes it 10-3 Vikings. Hermanson with it, gives it off to Watiziak. Watiziak near side corner for Sweeney, back to Hermanson for 3. That's off the front of the rim, no good, and Kuhlman with the rebound for the Vikings. She brings it up the court, stops on the near side. Now looks, trying to drive middle, under some pressure, gives it off to Diedrich on the near side. Diedrich gets it over one defender, now drives inside. She puts up a lob towards the basket. It's no good, and we're going to get a jump ball call here. Possession arrow favors the Hawks. So the Hawks will get it back on a jump ball there. Folkema tied it up to force that jump ball. Watiziak will inbound to Hermanson. That's Bailey Hermanson, and on the near side, nearly stolen away, but they get it up the court. Olivia Johnson now gives it off on the near side to Zagelmeyer. Now Watiziak. Watiziak driving baseline. She stepped on the baseline, in fact, and that'll be another turnover by the Hawks. Give it back to the Vikings. 15:41 to go. We'll get a substitution for the Hawks, 11, 23, and 51. So 11 is going to be Danica Bolf. 23 will be Aurora Decker. And then 51, Angel Adu Bobi. And that shot is up and no good. Rebounded there by Aurora Decker for the Hawks. And nearly stolen right back by Kayla Diedrich. But it goes out of bounds, so it will stay with the Hawks. And figuring something out at the scores table there. Don't see anything changing scoreboard or shot clock wise. Well, we're back to action. Inbound here goes to Bolf. Now back to Hermanson. Now on the far side, Zagelmeyer for three. That's off the front of the rim. And Caitlin Lattimore nearly got the rebound, but Adu Bobby gets a hand on it and forces Lattimore to drop it. So Hermantown will get it back and they'll inbound. Hermanson searching. She'll give it inside to Zagelmeyer. Top of the key for Adu Bobby. Now it falls out of her hands to Hermanson, trying to go inside to Decker. Far side for three, it's no good, and that will go back to the Vikings as that missed everything and it falls out of bounds. So the Vikings get it back with 15:05 left here in the first half with a 7-point lead over Hermantown. Kuhlman brings it up the court. Working against Hermanson, she drives inside, puts up a shot, almost got the friendly roll, but it's just off the side of the rim, and Decker with another rebound for the Hawks. Gives it off to Bolf. Bolf up the court, gives it to Hermanson. Now to Zagelmeyer, back to Hermanson. Hermanson looking, almost dribbled into a double team, and now she'll give it inside, and the shot is up and somehow falls for Danica Bolf for two to make it 11-5. Or excuse me, 10-5, and now Kuhlman finds the lane to the basket, drops it in, plus the and one. Ella Kuhlman, she got around that defender. The defender had no clue what just happened, and she drove to the basket and dropped it in for two, plus drew the foul. And that one's going to go against Bailey Hermanson. And checking in for the first time is going to be 25, Annika Nelson. And now Kuhlman looking for the possible three-point play. She gets it. Ella Kuhlman good on the free throw to make it 13-5. Hermantown coming back the other way, nearly stolen away. It is stolen away by Bella Volkema. That is the second steal by her. Back the other way. Diedrich gives it back outside to Barkey. Driving inside. Volkema drops it in for two. Isabella Volkema battling hard inside, and she dropped it in. 15-5, the North Branch lead. Decker has it. Stolen away by Kayla Diedrich. And the Vikings with a monumental lead right now. Give inside by Kuhlman to Barkey, and she's fouled on the shot, and she's going to go to the line and shoot two. Or not. I think they're going to say maybe. That's going to be on Aurora Decker first, team second. They're going to say it was after the shot. So checking in for the Vikings is Peyton Stannert. Now we're going to get a foul here on the Vikings. I believe an illegal screen or a push, something of that sort. So it gives it back to the Hermantown Hawks. And this ball up for grabs. Again, that's going to be an over and back. It is on Adu Bobby, and that'll be another turnover. Give it right back to the Vikings. A couple substitutions here for the Hawks, as the Rush City Tigers forced the North Branch Rush City Vikings, there we go, forced yet another turnover. Kuhlman to Volkema. See some North Branch fans as well as some Hermantown fans checking in. And then I also seen some Rush City Tiger fans checking in, and that's why I said Rush City Tigers. So a turnover, and then it was nearly taken right back by the Vikings, but they knock it out of bounds. So it does stay with the Hawks, but now we'll get a timeout call here by the Hermantown Hawks. That'll give us a chance to look at that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. You can start today at embracemn.com. Don't forget the tastiest way to tour our local area, the Restaurant Passport. Pick one up, collect stamps at the participating restaurants, and win gift certificates to those same places. A winner every day, and our grand prize winner will receive $500 in gift cards. You can find full details at kbek.com. Back out of the timeout, Hermantown will get set to inbound. It's Hermanson inbounding to Johnson. They get it over to Zagelmeyer, now inside to Johnson. On the far side to Sweeney. A three for Zagelmeyer is off the mark, but Olivia Johnson had it blocked from behind on the rebound. And then that time dropping it in is going to be Sweeney for two to make it 15-7. Vikings have it back. And checking in now and looking for three. It's good from Maria Damiani. (18-7). Barkey checks into the game for the Vikings. 18-7. Shoelace getting tied here and back to action. The Hawks will look to inbound. They do get it inbounded to Balf. Balf looking on the near side for Zagelmeyer from three. That's no good. Getting the rebound is Sweeney. And back outside, they're going to say that was tipped, so Hermanson going to get it with ease. Over to Balf now. Balf on the near side. In some trouble. She gives it to Hermanson, and Hermanson going to get called for the travel. That'll give it right back to the Vikings. Kayla Lattimore checks back in for North Branch Rush City for Kayla Diedrich. Damiani will get the inbound here from Stannert, and she'll bring it into the front court. Takes it towards that North Branch logo. Calling out the offense, looking. Drives to the far side, nearly lost the dribble, and that ball is poked up and stolen away. Hermanson will get credit for the steal. She can't drop it in for two, and Damiani, going to get credit for the rebound. And that will give it back to the Hawks. So it was a rebound and travel by the Vikings, so it technically is a turnover. Inbound here by the Hawks to Balf now on the far side for Hermanson. She shoots a three. It's well off the mark, and Caitlin Lattimore pulls in the rebound. Gives it to Kuhlman. Kuhlman bringing it up the court, working on Hermanson. She drifts to the far side, gives it off near side to Stannert. Stannert, and in the near side to Damiani. She looks, gives it back to Kuhlman. Kuhlman looking, gives it to Stannert on the far side. Stannert looks, now to Damiani. Inside to Barkey, trying to go inside to Lattimore, and that should stay with the Vikings. It will, as it was knocked out by a member of the Hawks. Couple of substitutions here for Hermantown. It looks like 3, possibly 4. Will be 4. Now checking in for the Hawks, Hope Kohansky. First time here tonight. Inbound to Barkey, now to Diedrich. Diedrich on the near side elbow, gives it to Kuhlman. Kuhlman gets away, and the quick trigger, and that one's going to be well short. Folkema keeps it alive. Never done when you've got Folkema there. And it will be a shot clock violation on the Vikings, so that will give it back to the Hawks. And because that one didn't hit the rim, it didn't reset the shot clock to 20 seconds, so unfortunately it is a turnover and a double team. The ball is tipped up, but kept alive by Hermantown. Bolf with it, gives it off near side to Atiziak. Down the near side corner for Kohansky. She drives baseline, double team. She gets it off now to Atiziak, and that, who they're going to call, kick ball on Kuhlman. So that will keep it with the Hawks. They called that. It was more or less thrown off of Kuhlman's feet. But Still kick ball. Bolf looking to inbound. She'll go on the far side to Watiziak. A missed steal there by Kuhlman. The shot is up and no good. And who else? It's Isabella Folkema with yet another rebound. Give her 3 on the evening. Folkema fakes the 3. Gives it off near side to Diedrich. Diedrich wants to go inside to Bartkey. She gives it off far side to Lattimore. Lattimore back to Diedrich. And Diedrich was slashing inside, and the Lattimore pass went over her head. She thought Diedrich was going to stay, but instead Diedrich drove inside. So that'll be a turnover, and their 5th of the first half. Bobby gets it, inbounded to her. For the Hawks, she gives it back to Bolf. Bolf, top of the key, looking to the far side, now into the near side. Gives off to Watiziak, who was wide open for 3. She tried to give it inside and had it poked away. Now back to Bolf as the Hawks keep it alive. Back to Watiziak. Watiziak on the far side for Kohansky. Kohansky gives it near side. Adu Bobby, or Bobby. Again, I apologize. I was not able to hear which one it was. I know it's Adu, it's Bobby or Bobby. And this ball going to be poked up. They're going to call a foul here on the Vikings. And they're going to get Caitlin Lattimore, her second, team's 3rd. They lead 18-7 to the Vikings. Over the Hermantown Hawks. Hawks will get set to inbound. Inbound here, goes through one hand, but Watiziak pulls it in, now gives it over to Kohansky. Kohansky, Adubobi on the far side for Bolf. Bolf pulls down the 3, will put up a floater. It's no good, and Kuhlman grabs the rebound. Vikings go the other way, and Kuhlman is tripped up at the logo, and that'll be a foul on Hermantown. That one's going to go against Hope Kohansky, and that'll be on the Hawks, number 1. Hermanson checks back in for Bolf on the Hermantown side. And it does appear Folkema and Lattimore will, no, just Lattimore. Lattimore checks out, and in for her comes Damiani. Folkema inbounds to Kuhlman. Kuhlman gives it back to Folkema. Folkema on the far side. Glances at the defense, wants to go to Diedrich. Instead, we'll give it Damiani top of the key. Damiani, she's left alone. She's going to take that shot. That's going to come up short, and it will go back to the Hawks. I think at that last second she saw that defender step forward, and that kind of threw her off her rhythm a little bit. It was the right move to try and take that 3, but I think she just saw that defender at the last second, and it kind of threw her off. Shot is no good here by the Hawks, and then a rebound by Aurora Decker, and then they're going to call a foul here on the Vikings, which will spell Folcom on her first, team's 4th. So now at the line to shoot to Aurora Decker. First one is up and no good. Keep it 18-7 with 10 minutes to go in the first half. And Decker's second one is good. So she goes 1 of 2 to make it 18-8. Back up the court quickly, driving inside Diedrich, and she's fouled. Now she'll get to go to line and shoot 2. This will be the 4th team foul on Hermantown, and the 2nd on Aurora Decker. Diedrich at the line for 2. First one is up, no good. And a rare miss from Diedrich. 3 players in and out for the Hawks on that substitution. And Diedrich corrects the mistake there and drops it in. So 1 of 2 that trip around for Diedrich, and it's 19-8. Up the other way, and it's stolen away by Bartkey. Going up Bartkey with the steal. It's the 8th turnover by the Hawks. Diedrich will give it off on the far side. Damiani has it. She looks, trying to get around the defense. She does, gives it to Folkman. That's just a little long on that shot. Rebounded by Sweeney of the Hawks. Hermanson takes it up the court. She's on the far side, looks in the far side corner. Adu Bobby. Glancing, gives it top of the key to Sweeney. Sweeney, that's knocked away, and Kuhlman can't quite grab it, but there she pulls it in. Gives it off to Diedrich, and she drops it in for 2. Beautiful pass there from Kuhlman to Diedrich, and Kuhlman with her first steal of the game. Hermanson trying to spin around Kuhlman. She can't quite do it. Now she'll give it off on the far side to Olivia Johnson. That is stolen away by Damiani. Another turnover here by the Hawks. It's their 10th. Folkema looking to pass it off, but unfortunately before that happens, she gets called for the travel, and that'll give it back to the Hawks. She was waiting for the play call, and unfortunately, it took too many. And that ball not reeled in cleanly on the inbound by the Hawks, and luckily for them, they were able to pull it down at one point. Sweeney with it. She'll go to trying to give it to Olivia Johnson. Damiani there again for a steal. Her second of the night. Kuhlman will take a three. Quick three is no good. And she's got, again, a quick shot. That's why she is so dangerous. Now Hermanson has it. She drives inside. Spin around. Shot is up. No good. Bartkey there for the rebound for the Vikings. Gives it off to Kuhlman. Kuhlman will let the offense get in front. Now she stops at the North Branch logo. Gives it off far side to Diedrich. Diedrich looking. Wanting to go inside to Bartkey. Will look top of the key to Damiani. Now Damiani looking near side to Kuhlman. Kuhlman looking inside. Gives it off near side to Folkema. Folkema fakes the long two, and then it's blocked from behind by Olivia Johnson. Olivia Johnson. A very, very good athlete. Their post player. Kuhlman will inbound to Bartkey, now to Diedrich. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that pass to Damiani just over her head. And the ball will go back to Hermantown. So a turnover by the Vikings gives it back to Hermantown. Hermanson inbounds to Bolf. Bolf back to Hermanson. She'll give it inside to Olivia Johnson. Johnson tries to bully her way inside, and she gets that shot to fall, plus an apparent and one. That one's going to go against Joanna Bartkey, and her first. Team's fifth, and now Olivia Johnson at the line for the possible three-point play. That one is no good. Rebounded by Kuhlman. So 21-10 now, the score. 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Vikings with the lead. Kuhlman gives it off Damiani. Damiani thought about three, instead pulls it down, gives it off near side to Kuhlman. Kuhlman stands, glances, gives it back. Damiani now going, trying to go inside to Bartkey, and Bartkey was not there where Damiani thought she would be, so that will give it back to Hermantown. Turnovers starting to mount now for the Vikings. They're hoping they got a thing of the pass here before the end of the first half. Pass inside from Bolf to Johnson is no good on the shot, and rebounded by Damiani. Taking it the other way, Kuhlman lowers her center of gravity, gives it back outside to Folkma. Diedrich for three, that's just off the mark, and Olivia Johnson, no surprise, she is going to get the rebound. Probably the tallest young lady out on the court. This pass is tipped by Diedrich and stolen away by Bartkey. Another steal by the Vikings, and they needed that. Their last couple offense possessions have not been clean, and that one going to be turned over. Steal by Zagelmeyer, and Kayla Diedrich going to get called for the foul as she was going for that ball on the floor, trying to prevent the turnover, and got her for a foul, apparently. Olivia Johnson gets passed inside, now gives it off far side. Zagelmeyer no good on the shot, rebounded by Kuhlman. Kuhlman up the court quickly on the near side. Hop step, then gives it off to Folkema. Folkema, Damiani top of the key. Damiani to Folkema. Folkema driving in, takes a shot. It's blocked by Johnson, picked up by Diedrich. Diedrich can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Sweeney. And quick up the court. Bolf cannot get that shot to fall. On the rebound is Damiani. That helps out a ton. And now another turnover by the Vikings. This time thrown away by Zagelmeyer. Give him 10.5. Now the Hawks with it. Zagelmeyer gives off far side to Bolf. Bolf driving inside now on the baseline. And she's going to be fouled. They're going to get Bartkey. Her second, which would be the team's seventh. And that will send her to the line for a 1-and-1. 21-10 is our score, 5:46 to go. And we'll get a timeout called here by Joe Lattimore and the North Branch Rush City Vikings. Give us a chance to take a look at our Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. They'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Plus, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible. Custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. Also, don't forget, Here's the Pitch. The area's premier indoor batting cages offers individual batting lessons taught by current or former collegiate athletes. Touch them all this season by tuning up your swing at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Here'sThePitchMN.com to learn more. Quick 30-second timeout there by the Vikings. Each team will be left with 4 the rest of the way with 5:46 to go. And again, it's Danica Balf at the line to shoot a 1-1. So if she makes the first, she'll be granted a second shot. But if she misses, North Branch can rebound. And not going to fall, so North Branch, Folkema tries to get the rebound, but she was tied up with Adu Bobby, and they're going to say it was out of bounds by Folkema. Hermantown will look to inbound. She goes top of the key to Balf, and it's stolen away by Damiani. Yet another steal by her. Oh, nearly a foul there. Damiani got slapped. Tried to go inside to Barkey, and going to get a jump ball. That possession arrow should favor the Vikings. It will. Vikings right now having a hard time hanging on to the ball. These last couple offensive possessions have ended in turnovers. We'd like to see that change here. Inbound now from Kuhlman to Barkey. Barkey goes top of the key, Damiani. Damiani looks. Bothered by Balfin. Yeah, that's a foul. Ball finally gets called for that. She's gotten away with it here a little bit in this first half, but that one will finally get called. That'll be her first, team's 5th. She got away with that the last time against Damiani. This time she won't. Inbound here for the Vikings. Damiani has it back. Looking. Trying to go inside to Barkey. And no foul call there, apparently. Bobby gets it on the steal, and then it will be out of bounds, touched by the Hawks the last time, and it will go back to the Vikings. That's another turnover there. This kind of a turnover-laden first half for both these teams, and 5:12 to go. Vikings holding an 11-point lead. Volkema will inbound to Kuhlman. Kuhlman looking. She'll take it up the court on the near side. Looking at the defense, scanning, and wants to give it to Volkema. She does. Volkema will take it towards the basket. Shot is up, no good, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. This will be the 6th team foul on Hermantown. That'll be on Annika Nelson, her first and the team 6th, and Volkema at the line for 2. First one is up, is good. Make it 22-10. Volkema's second one is up and no good. So Volkema gets 1 of 2 there, and then it's rebounded by Olivia Johnson for the Hawks. Again, one of the taller young ladies on the court, and then Balf delivers on a 3 to make it 22-13. Kuhlman comes back the other way with the ball. Kuhlman pops off a 3. The quick trigger finger is there, and she says, hold up now. We can play that game too. She hits it from long range, 25-13. Kuhlman says, I will not be outdone here. I will not allow our team to get that shot on us. Pass inside, Olivia Johnson will open up Balf on the perimeter for 3. That's going to fall short and picked up by the Vikings, Ashley Bistido. Kind of gave a stiff arm there. A 3 there is no good. Rebounded by Balf. And apparently a foul call here on the Vikings. Ashley Bistido, her first, and the 8th for the team, which will send Balf to the line for a 1-and-1. 18 fouls for the Vikings, 6 for the Hermantown with 4:05 left in half number 1. Both no good on the shot, and it will be rebounded by Bartkey. Coolman with it, calling out the offensive play from head coach Lattimore. Takes it to the North Branch logo. She looks, drives to the near side. Give it off far side to Lattimore. Lattimore pauses, looks, goes inside, and Folkema left alone, but apparently took one too many steps. I think Folkema was surprised she was left all alone underneath the basket. And now we get a foul call on North Branch. It'll be a 1-and-1. I think they got Coolman on that one. Both at the line again to shoot. This one's up. No good. And Folkema gets the rebound again. Coolman with it for the Vikings in the front court. Looking, calling out the offense. Looking, driving near side. Give it off to Bistido. Bistido looking. Wanted to go inside to Folkema, but instead goes Bartkey now to Coolman. Coolman, another three. That's off the mark. Folkema with the rebound and puts it back in for two. 27-13. Under 3.5 to go. Bolf with it. Guarded by Lattimore. She'll give it over to Hermanson. Hermanson to Sweeney. Sweeney nearly didn't see that one coming. Now she gives it off to Zagelmeyer. Zagelmeyer for three. That's no good. Rebounded by Coolman. Coolman looking, sizing up the defender. Now she'll drive inside, finds a lane, drops it in for two. Ella Coolman with the little hesitation move and slashing inside for two. 29-13. Bolf looking, she'll hand it off to Hermanson. Hermanson getting around one defender, finds her way inside, can't drop it in, and it's another Folkema rebound. She'll give it off to Coolman. Coolman trying to work her way around the defender, Hermanson. Now looking for a screen from Bartkey. Coolman in the far side corner. Looking for someone to give it off to, and she was in some trouble, and before any turnover could happen, head coach Joe Lattimore going to call a timeout. With 2:17 to go, it will be a full one. So while they take a timeout, we'll take one as well. You're listening to girls playoff basketball here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Thank you to everyone who entered the 2023 Restaurant Passport giveaway. And we're ready to announce our grand prize winner, Peggy Ward.
I never win anything. That's just awesome. Terrific.
Congrats to Peggy. Thank you to the hundreds of you who went out and supported your local restaurants by getting your passport stamped.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Back here on KBK 95.5 FM. The North Branch City Vikings lead the Hermantown Hawks here in this Section 7-3A playoff game. 29-13, under 2.5 to go. Diedrich will take the inbound. She'll give it off now to Lattimore. Diedrich gets it right back. She looks at Kuhlman, then gives it off to Folkema. Folkema on the near side. Now to Diedrich. Folkema along two, no good. Rebound, Lattimore picks up the rebound for the Vikings to reset the shot clock. Gives off to Folkema, now to Kuhlman, a long three. It's good! Ella Kuhlman, another three. And she drops that one home, 32-13. With it on the far side, Kohanski gives off to Olivia Johnson, now to Zagelmeyer. Off on the near side to Hermanson. That was a long pass. That's a dangerous pass, but now Zagelmeyer has it back. She'll look, go inside, and a soft call there as Kohanski had it inside, but they're going to say she was fouled. So she'll go to the line and now shoot 2, as that is the 10th team foul on the Vikings. I believe it will be on Lattimore, her 3rd. So she'll probably sit the rest of the first half. Damiani will check in for her after the first shot. Oh, Hansky gets the friendly bounce off the back of the rim, and it drops in on the first shot to make it 32-14. Under a minute and a half to go in half number 1. And she drops them both in to make it 32-15. Diedrich will be the Viking player who brings it up the court. She looks to the right, looks left, waiting for the offense to set up, gives it off to Kuhlman on the far side. Kuhlman pulls it in, she'll look, bounce past Damiani. She's left alone from 3, she's good! 35-15. Vikings got their offense rolling. We just dip under a minute now. Volkema nearly gets the steal. And she knocks it out of bounds, so it will stay with the Hawks, but Volkema has been everywhere defensively. And right there, nearly causing yet another turnover. 14 in the first half for the Hawks, but 12 also for the Vikings. Inbound to Ballfear from Hermantown. She's guarded by Volkema, goes inside to Olivia Johnson. Olivia Johnson, nice spin move. Yeah, they're going to get standard, I believe, for the foul as Olivia Johnson drops that one in for 2. So standard with her first, and again, Olivia Johnson dropped it in, and now she'll get an opportunity for the 3-point play. And that one's no good. Rebounded by, you guessed it, Volkema. So Kuhlman takes up the court, gives off the near side, Damiani. She fakes, gives it back. Now to Bistido, Bistido to Volkema. Volkema, and she has it stolen away by Kohansky. It's a turnover there for the Vikings. Shot was up and no good, but Olivia Johnson got the rebound and dropped it back in for 2. Make it 35-19. Under 30 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Kuhlman, she has it. She looks, she drives inside, then gives it off. Now on the far side, Bistido for 3. It rattles out and mistiming the jump on the rebound. It'll land in the hands of Kohansky. Quickly up the other way. Hermanson with it. She turns around, looks, gives it off on the outside. Balf now driving inside. That's a travel, and they didn't call it. And now that shot will not count. They missed a travel call, but we're headed to halftime here in this one. The North Branch Rush City Vikings lead 35-19 at half on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard here in this Section 7 3A girls playoff basketball game. We're going to take a commercial break here. A word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll recap the first half and talk about what the Vikings need to do. You're listening to girls playoff basketball here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
More customers, more name recognition, more employees, more market share. If you'd like a little more for your business, it's time to start digital advertising. Did you know that the average person spends 4.5 hours per day on their smartphone? It's time for you to start reaching them. Streaming TV, SEO or SEM, display ads, and email marketing. If your business could use a little more, contact us now and we can help. info@q-mediagroup.com.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate or pro instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ask Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Promoting good health in children is the best way to ensure they'll enjoy good health as adults. Don't skip out on your children's wellness appointments. Call Wellia Health today at 320-679-1313 to set up a Well Child visit. Our friendly family medicine providers love to support young families by helping your children stay healthy, active, and feeling their very best. WelliaHealth.org.
A jewelry store.
Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada.
A pawn shop.
Nada. Another Man's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Man's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well at every age and every stage. If you've been busy taking care of everything else but neglecting your own personal health, don't let another year go by without making yourself a priority. Get an annual checkup. Please schedule an appointment at Wellia Health today. Call us at 320-679-1313 or welliahealth.org.
Hi, this is Sarah from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Do you know about our propane customer referral program? It's simple and rewarding. Refer a qualified new Burnett Dairy propane customer and you'll receive a $100 credit to your account. Terms and conditions apply. Call 715-689-1032 for details and follow our Burnett Dairy General Store Facebook page. Share the warmth with Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
AOML.
PRB.
B4N.
Period 02.
BF.
143.
AAK.
1 a.m.
Apostrophe S apostrophe.
These are two teenage girls texting each other, and we have no idea what they're saying either. Maybe the WCMP deals guy can translate.
This week, grab your tickets to the new Wrangler Stampede Rodeo. 3 options to choose from. BEG. Big Evil Grin.
No, I don't think that's what they were saying at all. But find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. OMG. TTYL. Money sign, heart emoji.
Back here on 95.5 FM KBK, that deals page, yeah, it's a great spot to find everything for cheaper around our local listening area. But in this game in the first half, the North Branch Rush City Vikings lead the Hermantown Hawks 35-19 in this Section 7-3A quarterfinal matchup. The winner of tonight's game will play the winner of Rockridge and Duluth-Denfeld on Saturday. And it all depends on who wins tonight, where that game will be played. Taking a look at our first half stats, looking at the Hermantown Hawks, leading the way for them was Olivia Johnson with 6-5 for Danica Balf, and then 3 for Bailey Zagelmeyer. 2 for Michaela Sweeney and Hope Kahansky, and 1 for Aurora Decker. Leading the way rebound-wise was Johnson with 5. They were 3 of 9 from the free throw line. They had 6 steals, 2 blocks, and 16 fouls. They also turned the ball over 14 times. On the other side, for the North Branch Rush City Vikings, they were led by Ella Kuhlman with 14 points. Then Kayla Diedrich with 8, 7 for Bella Folkema, and 6 for Maria Damiani. Taking a look at, for Coleman, she's averaging about 17 points per game, so she's right on pace to really break that here this evening, and they have 35 points here in the first half. If that were to continue, they'd have 70 points, which would go well and above their points per game average, which is 54 points per game, so a nice little hint there. Pretty good first half. They get about 28 rebounds per game, and again, in the first half, they have 20 of them. So well on their way to bust their per-game averages They are 3 of 5 from the free throw line. That's also better than their average. 9 steals in the first half, 1 block, and 11 fouls. They also did turn the ball over 13 times. Now, it wasn't until after the halfway mark in the first half that the turnovers really started to happen. They had a few minutes of really tough offense where it just seemed like they couldn't get anything going offensively. They turned the ball over, and if it wasn't a turnover, they were missing the shot, and Hermantown was getting the rebound, and just didn't seem like anything was going their way. But they finally got back on track and continued to extend their lead, leading by as much as 20. Yes, 20 points was their largest lead in the first half. But Hermantown was able to shrink that before half. Hermantown got a little bit momentum going their way right before the end of the half and seemed to try and get that going even more. But luckily for North Branch, they were able to hold them off the board right before halftime. But the Vikings are going to need a little bit more in this second half if they want to continue to lead and build on this lead. And again, I said it in the pregame, I think for North Branch, they're going to need to get on their offensive roll early, and you're going to need to continue to push. So if I'm the Vikings right now, I look and I say to the team, you cannot let off the gas. This is where you put the pedal to the metal and go. You cannot let off the gas at this point in time. It has to be full go from here on out for the North Branch Rush City Vikings. On that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard at halftime, they'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. We're going to take one more commercial break, then we'll be back for the second half of action here in North Branch for the girls' playoff basketball game on Nice 95.5.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
And just about set for the second half of action here in North Branch for the Section 7 3A girls basketball quarterfinals between the North Branch Rush City Vikings and the Hermantown Hawks. It was a fun first half, and again, Hermantown was able to get a few drives there where they stole momentum, but the Vikings hold on to it as of right now and look to continue, again, to build on it. And if I'm the Vikings, I'm looking at the entire team right now and saying, hey, we have to push all the way. We cannot let up right now. If there's any time where we want to put the pedal to the metal and go, it is now. Their offense is in rhythm. They scored 35 points in the first half. You need to go. You need to put all the pressure on Hermantown and try and get them to break. Hermantown, again, got a little bit of momentum back late in the first half, so we'll see if the Vikings can't force Hermantown into more mistakes and get the ball back and continue to add on to this lead. Don't forget, spring break is just around the corner, and so is the softball or baseball season. Make an appointment today at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Bring your own pitcher and swing for just $35, or use one of their state-of-the-art pitching machines for just $40. Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Make your plate appearance today. 18 minutes are back up on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Their team believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program at embracemn.com. Hermantown will start with the ball here in the second half. They'll go left to right on your radio dial. North Branch will go right to left. Watiziak inbounds to Hermanson. Hermanson on the near side. Oh, almost traveled, but she did get it off in time with Tiziak. Gives it off now to Zagelmeyer. Now on the far side, Hermanson again trying to go inside. Bartkey there. Olivia Johnson can't hold on to it. And that will be a turnover. Olivia Johnson was the intended target, but Bartkey right there to knock it out. And Olivia Johnson nearly got it back, but dribbled it out of bounds. So now Kuhlman and company will take it back up the other way. Kuhlman on the far side. Holds on to it, looking. She'll give it off on the near side to Folkema. Folkema top of the key now. Back to Kuhlman. Kuhlman on the far side. Dribbles away from a couple defenders. Gives it off to Diedrich. Diedrich goes inside. Bartkey. Bartkey keeps it up. Away from everybody, but can't get it to fall. Lattimore almost keeps it alive. That'll be taken away by Hermanson, and She will drop it in for 2. And she also got a foul. (35-21). And that'll be on Ella Kuhlman for her first. And the team's first as well. So now Bailey Hermanson looks for the three-point play. Can't get it. She'll only get 2 out of that trip. And was rebounded by Isabella Folkema. No surprise as to who it was rebounded by. Ella Folkema, like, quick, too, is good. She is so quick with her decision to shoot, and then her shooting motion is just so quick. She's got that quick twitch. Hermanson drives inside, gets around one defender, gives it off to Sweeney for the long 2. That's no good. Hermanson pulls in the rebound, gives it off, and a foul there. Kuhlman, a little bit upset on that one as she's going to call for a 3rd foul and the team's 2nd as she was going for that steal against Watiziak, and she was pretty upset there, but she's back to action. Hermanson with it for the Hawks. Looking, gives it near side to Zegelmeyer. Wanted to go inside to Hermanson. It was knocked around. She keeps it alive, though. Now on the perimeter, gives it back to Zegelmeyer. It was nearly stolen away by Kuhlman again. And that ball is poked out, stolen away by Kuhlman. And bounce pass to Diedrich. Inside, can't get it to drop for 2. Rebounded by Watiziak, and fast break, points missed there by North Branch. That's one thing the Vikings did really well in the first half. They're going to need to get back to that. Hermanson with the shot up, no good. And rebound up for grabs, and his last touch by the Hawks, so the Vikings will get it back. Very, very heads-up play by Kuhlman as she realized that was tipped out by a member of the Hawks, and she just let it go, and she walled off the Hawk player. Folkema with it. She drives inside, gets around one defender, gives it to Kuhlman. A long 3 is good! Are you kidding me with Ella Kuhlman? My goodness. 40-21. But she has that ability, just that quick twitch, and she gets it away. Hermanson, she's going to try and go from long. Oh, my. She answers back and says, I can do it too. Wow. Bailey Hermanson telling Kuhlman she's not the only one who can hit it from out deep. North Branch has it back. Folkema to Diedrich. Diedrich inside Folkema. Folkema dribbles. Outside, Caitlin Lattimore for 3. That's off the mark. And rebounded by Zegelmeyer. A little different offensive look here for the Vikings as they're not crashing the glass like they were in the first half. And pass on the far side for the Hawks for Sweeney is off the mark. It'll be another turnover. Hermantown players late getting off, and now we're back to action. The inbound for Kuhlman. Kuhlman up the middle of the court. Hop step, gives it now back to Diedrich. Diedrich for 3, off the mark, and that ball somehow winds up in the hands of Isabella Folkema on the rebound. It definitely took a friendly bounce for the Vikings, and she drops it in for 2. 3 there is no good, and Decker somehow gets the rebound. Hermanson no good on the 3. Rebound is up for grabs. They're going to call a foul here on North Branch. They're going to get Barkey for her 3rd. They got to be careful. They've got 3 players with 3. 14:32 to go. Vikings lead 42-24. Hermanson looks. She'll inbound to Johnson. Johnson drives inside. She's fouled and go to line and now shoot 2. I believe that one was on Bartkey. It is. It's her 4th and the team's 4th, so Bartkey, after the first, is going to have to take a rest. Olivia Johnson to line for 2. First one is up, no good. Damiani. In for Bartkey. Olivia Johnson with her second one, and that's going to go off the front of the rim, no good. And it's Diedrich with the rebound. 42-24. Vikings hold on to the lead. Damiani has it on the far side. Looking, pulls it down, gives it back to Diedrich. Diedrich steps inside the perimeter, now gives it to Kuhlman. Kuhlman, near side corner. Damiani for three. It's going to come up off the side of the backboard, and another foul here called on the Vikings. That's on Folkema, her second, team's fifth, and not 4 minutes in, the Vikings already have 5. Not good. Now, they had 11 in the first half, but I'd say a good chunk of those came after that halfway mark. All of a sudden, they got 5 in the first 4 minutes. Ball with it now on the far side. Adu Bobby, and trying to get it to Johnson, and that pass just in front of Olivia Johnson. She can't pull it in, and that will be another turnover. Ball goes back to North Branch. That's her 5th turnover. So what North Branch Rush City does in fouls, Hermantown is making up for it in turnovers. Kuhlman, some fancy footwork, tries to give it inside and nearly stolen away, but it will go out of bounds off of a Hawk player. It will stay with the Vikings. Vikings will get set to inbound. Folkema to Diedrich. It's on the floor, but Diedrich manages to pick it up. She gets around the defenders in the air and drops it in for 2. She contorted her body and the shot to drop that one through. Hermanson has it for the Hawks. On the near side, she gives it Adu Bobby. Now inside for Decker. On the near side, Hermanson along 2. Chucked at the basket and somehow gets it to fall. I was wondering if she was going to take that shot. She did and got it to fall. Kuhlman back up the other way with it for the Vikings. Near side, Damiani. Damiani bumped off her run, and then she has it stolen away. Adu Bobby, it's stolen away. Now stolen right back by Isabella Folkema. Folkema says, hey, no, give it back. Pass inside by Kuhlman to Lattimore, and she drops it in, plus the and 1. Kaylin Lattimore, her first points on the night, and be the first team foul by Hermantown in this half, and that one's on Aurora Decker with her third. So now Lattimore has a chance for a 3-point play. And Lattimore rattles that one home for the 3-point play. 47-26. Hermanson gives it near side. Adu Bobby. Now top the key to Balf. Balf. Far side to Hermanson. She pulls it down. Ooh, they're going to get a foul again on North Branch. Going to get Lattimore with it, and I think they got to let him play a little bit. This is a playoff game, I understand, but you got to let him play a little. And now that inbound is going to go off the mark, and it will be a turnover by the Hawks. Substitution, Bissido checks in for Lattimore. Of course, Lattimore going to sit with her 4th. So now Lattimore and Barkey both have 4. Kuhlman directing traffic. Drifts to the far side, gives it inside here to Diedrich, and Diedrich is fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Balf was over there and was Adu Bobby. There you are, going to get it, Danica Balf. And Diedrich is at the line for 2. First one is up, and no good. So Diedrich no good on the first one. And that one's no good. Rebounded there by Decker. Hermanson with it. Trying to get around Kuhlman. She finds a little bit of a lane to run through. Now gives it off the ball. Adu Bobby. Or Bobby, excuse me. I had it right the first time, but I second-guessed it. Hermanson will get the pass from her. She drives inside. It's off the front of the rim. I don't know how, but she got her own rebound, and then she's fouled. And the Vikings just can't stay off the fouls right now. Now we're going to get Ashley Bistido for the foul, and Hermanson at the line for 2. She gets the friendly roll off the first one and drops it in. 47-27. Shot is up, no good. And Folkma gets the rebound. Another rebound for Folkma, gives her double digits now with 10. Folkma has it. Gives it off far side Kuhlman. Another long 3 from the corner. That one's no good. And Bistido gets the rebound. Hustle play there by Ashley Bistido. And she'll hand it off to Diedrich. Diedrich at the top of the key, directing traffic. She'll drift to the far side. 7 seconds, 6. They're going to get another foul here on the Vikings. Folkma, they got 8 now. I don't know. They're a little quick with the whistle. I think they got to lay off a little bit. They got to let them play a little. Not either way. Now a turnover here by the Hawks, and that'll be their 8th of the second half. As the inbound got in, but a double dribble call. So ball back to the Vikings. Kuhlman with it, and she's fouled, and that's a foul. And now Balf with her 3rd, team's 3rd as well. Inbound to Diedrich on the far side. She gives it top key, Damiani. Damiani gets around one defender, drives inside, shot is up, no good, and ooh, quick whistle there. Maybe should have let that one play out too. They're going to get this one on Tiziak. Her first, and Damiani at the line for 2. No good on the first. 4 team fouls now for the Hawks. They had none about a minute ago. And Damiani cannot get that one to fall either. Rebounded by Zagelmeyer. She's up with it on the far side, gives it off to a Tiziak, and it's stolen away. Ella Kuhlman with the steal. Working around the defense, gives it off. Folkma, Folkma, top the key. Now to Bistido. Bistido, far side corner, 3 from Kuhlman. Makes it 50-27. Driving inside and losing the dribble is Balf. Balf had Olivia Johnson wide open underneath the net. Didn't want to test the throw, and I don't know. I think Johnson has the height advantage there, so another turnover, make it 10 in this one for the Hawks. And I think that's a 2 from Kuhlman. Kuhlman going off, 52-27. Tiziak has it. She goes, and somehow the Hawks keep it alive. Johnson, she'll give it off to Balf. Balf now back to Johnson, had it knocked out. Isabella Folkma. And then a foul there on the Hawks. Be the 5th foul on Tiziak, her 2nd. Looks like a full 5 substitution here for Hermantown as the Vikings lead 52-27. Still 10.5 minutes to go in the game. Kuhlman gives it off on the near side. Diedrich with it. Drives inside. Shot is up and good. Kayla Diedrich on the nice dish from Kuhlman. Hermanson up the court with it. Trying to go inside to Decker, and that's off the mark, and their 11th turnover. Standard will inbound to Kuhlman. 10 minutes to go on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard with 3 locations, Pine City, Lyncham, and Cambridge. Damiani thought about 3, and Seb picks up her dribble, gives it off. Now Stanner, shot no good. Damiani, rebound, drops it in for 2. She had to battle that one away from a defender, but drops it in for 2. Hermanson going inside, Adu Bobby, and that one's going to be stolen away. Ashley Bistido, good credit for a steal. And she'll hand it to Diedrich. Diedrich, top of the key. She lost it. It bounces off a body, and Hermanson is going to get credit for a steal. Trying to go inside to Adu Bobby, and tipped out of bounds by Kuhlman. And checking in now is Caitlin Lattimore for Kayla Diedrich. 56-27 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Adu Bobby drives inside and drops that one in for 2. 56-29, and going up the court quickly, the Vikings, but it's going to go out of bounds. And it will give it back to the Hawks. So now Hermanson has it as we dip under that halfway mark in the game. Decker for 3. Aurora Decker on the far side hits it to make it 56-32. And after that, we get a Hermantown timeout. And Hermantown will take a 30-second. Gives us a chance to tell you about here's the pitch. Whether you're trying to make the team or trying to take the team to the next level, get into Here's the Pitch in North Branch, the state-of-the-art batting cages for baseball and fast-pitch softball. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. As I'm losing my voice, if you've been listening to the morning show, Joshua Miron lost his voice, and now I'm losing mine. Pause to take a drink of water. Hopefully that helps. We'll see. So far, no good. Well, you can blame Joshua Miron for me starting to lose my voice. We'll blame him. That's what we'll do. The Vikings out of the timeout will inbound Kuhlman. On the far side. Gives it back. Damiani on the far side corner. Nearly lost it, but she pulls it in time. Now Lattimore from 3. Caitlin Lattimore. That one, rattled in and out. And no good. Aurora Decker will get the rebound for Hermantown. Hermanson with it. Trying to get around Kuhlman. Back to Adu Bobby. Bobby now over here to Decker. Decker finds a lane around Stanner. Shot is up, no good. Adu Bobby out of nowhere gets the rebound. And now on the far side, Hermanson looking for the 3. And it's rebounded by Annika Nelson. Nelson looks for 3. That's no good. And Kuhlman going to come up with the rebound for North Branch. Rush City. Back over to Lattimore. Lattimore bounce past Damiani. From the perimeter, drives inside. Gives it back to Lattimore. Now Lattimore on the far side to Bistido. Back over, near side elbow with Damiani. Gets around one defender, then gives it inside to Lattimore. And Lattimore drops it in for 2. Beautiful passing by the Vikings. And then it's stolen away by Kuhlman. And Kuhlman draws a foul. A 6th-team foul there on the Hawks. That one will be called against Bailey Hermanson, her 2nd. And again, it's Kuhlman at the line now for 2. First one is up and good. Make it 59-32. Full 5 here for the Hawks. So Kuhlman will line up now after the substitution for her 2nd. And that one's good as well. She drops them both through to make it 60-32. Substitution for Lattimore, and Bartkey comes in for her. Here come the Hawks. It's Balf with it. Balf, it's a screen, and she gives it back to Zagelmeyer. Zagelmeyer on the near side for Kohansky. Now on the far side, Balf. Step back, no, instead gives it inside to Olivia Johnson, and she drops it in for 2. 60-34 after that basket by Johnson. Kuhlman drives all the way up the court, gives it off to Bartkey at the last moment, and then as Bartkey went up for 2, she's fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2 with the 7th team foul there on the Hawks of Hermantown. And that'll be on Teziak, her 3rd. Bartkey gets the friendly roll off the front of the rim. Make it 61-34. And this one no good. Rebound is still up for grabs. Rebounded by the Hawks. Segelmeyer. Shot no good, and rebounded by Olivia Johnson. She puts it back in for 2. Olivia Johnson is using that height advantage to her advantage. 61-36. Vikings with the lead. Kuhlman on the far side. Looks at Balf. Drives and gives it to Damiani. Damiani holds it, looking. Wants to go to Kuhlman. She steps to the side. Gets through a double team to Stannert. No good. Bartkey gets the rebound, and no foul call there. That looked like a good foul, but was not. Teziak goes inside to Johnson, now outside to Balf. Balf around one defender, nearly lost her dribble. Gives it over to Zagelmeyer. Top of the key now over to Kohansky. Kohansky driving baseline, gives it off Balf on the far side for 3. That's off the mark. And Stannert will get the rebound. Kuhlman with it. Up on the far side, gives it to Bistido. Back to Kuhlman. Kuhlman back to Bistido. Bistido. Kuhlman. Kuhlman, a long 3. It is good. I mean, I don't even know if she has time to look at the basket. It's so quick. 64-36, under 6 minutes to go. Balf, this one is tipped, and up for grabs. 2 defenders fall to the floor, 1 from each team, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by a member of the Vikings. Diedrich checks in for Bistido. Hermanson will come in for Watiziak. So the Hawks will get set to inbound. Hermanson to Balf. Balf guarded by Stannert. She's going to drive baseline. Thought she had a shot and says she's going to give it off to Olivia Johnson, but it's going to be stolen away by Kuhlman. She gives it off Diedrich on the far side. And is that a long 2 or is it a 3? It's a long 2 from Kayla Diedrich. They get 66-36. Now a long 3 from Zagelmeyer. That is no good. Damiani with the rebound for the Vikings. Gives it Kuhlman. Kuhlman racing up the court. Nearly lost her dribble. Turns around, and now we're going to get a foul here on Balf. Balf with her 4th and the team's 8th will send Kuhlman to the line for a 1-and-1. Decker will check in for Balf. No, for Johnson. They will keep Balf in there with her 4th. Kuhlman at the line. Drops in the first. 67-36. And good on both is Kuhlman, 68-36. With 5 minutes to go on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, they'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Plus, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible. Custom Light Force Braces or Invisalign clear liners. Damiani with yet another steal. She takes it to the basket. It's no good. Rebounded that time by Decker. And now they pass it up the court, trying to get it to Hermanson. It's out of her reach, and that is their 16th turnover in this half by Hermantown. On the other side, 5 for North Branch. Drastic difference. Kuhlman with it on the far side as she slowly takes it up the court and then takes a 3. That one, a rare change, is going to be no good. Knocked out of bounds by the Hawks. Kohansky is looking confused as to why that one was called out on them. She thought it was not. So the Vikings will get to inbound. 4:30 left in the game. Inbound to Kuhlman. Kuhlman, turn around. Hook shot, no good. And rebounded there by Annika Nelson. Hermanson gives it off far side to Balf and nearly had it knocked away by Damiani. Balf brings it in, and now Stannard. Well, thought she knocked it out, but they're going to get her for a foul. Balf to the line for a 1-and-1. They're going to get Damiani for that one. It's her first. And Balf at the line for a 1-and-1. First one's no good, and with the rebound, Bartkey. Kuhlman now up the court. Takes it to the far side. Going pass underneath through everybody to Bartkey, and she drops it in for two. 70-36. The Vikings on their way to a quarterfinal playoff win. Hermanson gives it off the ball. Now over on the near side for Sweeney. Going inside to Decker. Decker trying to fight through traffic. Gives it back. Trying to get it to Sweeney. It's stolen away by Diedrich. Another steal here by the Vikings. Kuhlman takes it up the court, and it's stolen back by Balf. And stolen right back by Diedrich. She says, no, no, no. Hold on. And a three from Kuhlman. That's going to be no good. Rebounded by Sweeney. Balf. She has drive forward, and her shot is no good. Decker with the rebound. Her shot's no good. And Stannard with the rebound. Up to Kuhlman. Now Damiani. Damiani trying to lay it up for two. It's no good. Rebounded by Sweeney. Under 3 minutes to go now. Pass forward for Balf. Tipped by Diedrich. Balf does reel it in. Balf goes far side to Nelson. Nelson takes the two, and it's no good. Stannard another rebound. Get a timeout called here by the Vikings. And with 2:47 left, the Vikings are on their way to the semifinals to play against either Duluth-Denfeld or Rockridge. The timeout here, I'm guessing we'll see some substitutions. 70-36 is our score on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at EmbraceMN.com. Also, here's the pitch. The area's premier indoor batting cages offers individual batting lessons taught by current or former collegiate athletes. Touch them all this season by tuning up your swing at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Here's the pitchmn.com to learn more. Yeah, we do get some substitutions. I will try to get them all. Looks like 15, as well as 20, 10, 21, 22, and 50. And it's going to be a turnover. Stolen away by Kohanski. Adubabi with it now. A three from Zagelmeyer is no good. Rebounded by the Vikings, Annabelle Lattimore. And stolen right back by Adubabi. She lays it in for two. And now Annabelle Lattimore has it stolen away by Bobby again. Trying to catch up with Amelia Lattimore into the game as well. She's wearing number 10. And now two shots here for Adubabi. Shot is up, no good. Punching into the game is number 3. And I did not catch her name, Adubabi. No good there. Rebounded by Olivia Johnson, and then she was fouled, and now she'll go to line and shoot two again. Shot is up, no good. 24 is Natalia Rosales. Rebounded here by number 10 and Amelia Lattimore. Back outside for number 3. Again, I don't have that number on the roster sheet. Into Rosales, and Rosales. They're trying to get it away, but do Bobby with another steal. And she almost traveled, but turns it back over, and a steal here for Amelia Lattimore. Clock ticking, under a minute and a half. This ball is going to be knocked out by Hermantown, and it will stay with the Vikings. So the Vikings going to come out of here with the win and are headed to the semifinals. Section 7-3A inbound to number 3. That's no good. Rosales gets the rebound and drops it in for 2. And the crowd goes nuts here for her. 72-38, a minute 15 to go. Zagelmeyer goes inside Johnson. Johnson getting through one defender, then pulls up from the free throw line and drops it in for 2. 72-40. That ball knocked out of bounds by a member of the Hawks. 1:01 to go. And the only senior here for the Hermantown Hawks is Bailey Zagelmeyer. And sadly for her, it'll be her final game. Inbound for the Vikings to number 3. Again, I apologize. I don't have number 3 or 15 on my roster for the Vikings. And again, this ball knocked out by a member of Hermantown. So the Vikings will hold on to it. Substitution in is... And I didn't catch the name for 15. Well, I apologize. Hopefully we can get head coach Joe Lattimore for a post-game interview. And this inbound is stolen away by Kohansky and dropped in for 2 by Tiziak. And up the court with 43 seconds to go. Rosales has that one blocked by Olivia Johnson, her third. Olivia Johnson will be back. She's only a junior. Inbound here. Before that, Amelia Lattimore will check in for Annabelle Lattimore. Inbound, Rosales underneath. Can't get it to fall. Gets her own rebound. And it was knocked away. And rebounded there by Amelia Lattimore. Then no good on that one. Olivia Johnson with the rebound. Matiziak brings it back the other way. Drops it in for 2 to make it 72-42. Here come the Vikings, and that should do it. Shot clock is off with 14 seconds to go. Down to 10. Inside to Rosales. Rosales will put up a shot. It's no good. Rebound up for grabs. Taken there by Matiziak, and that will do it. So the North Branch Rush City Vikings are going to come out of here with the victory in this one. 72-44 over Hermantown. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Girls Playoff Basketball here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
When aches and pains are interfering with your daily life, Wellia Health wants to help. The sports medicine team at Wellia Health is here to help you get back to the things you love. Wellia Health has a highly skilled sports medicine team with a wide range of experiences. They are also experts in concussion management, a concern for young athletes and adults alike. No matter the injury, get back in the game with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through your MyChart account, welliahealth.org.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for bulk baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Exhale slowly, letting any tension leave your body. Breathe in deeply as you stretch every fiber of your soul.
This woman's gonna kill me. I know, and she's so boring.
Now, lift your back.
I'd rather have the WCMP deals guy leading this class. Oh, yeah.
This week, snag a 30-minute massage at Pine City Family Chiropractic for only $45. Breathe.
WCMPradio.com/deals. Slowly now. WCMPradio.com/deals. Now, breathe.
Thank you to everyone who entered the 2023 Restaurant Passport Giveaway. And we're ready to announce our grand prize winner, Peggy Ward.
I never win anything. That's just awesome. Terrific.
Congrats to Peggy. Thank you to the hundreds of you who went out and supported your local restaurants by getting your passport stamped.
Back here on KBK. Clear the throat and make it sound a little bit better. We will get an interview with the head coach, Joe Lattimore. He's got to go talk to his team, congratulate them, and tell them, hey, we've got to focus up now. We've got to worry about Saturday, because on Saturday, they will play the winner of Rockridge and Duluth-Denfeld. Now, if Rockridge wins, they'll head up to Virginia. If Duluth-Denfeld won, North Branch will have another home game Saturday. So we'll keep you up to date on that here. And what a win here for the North Branch Rush City Vikings, as we will have our game-winning head coach Joe Lattimore join us in just a moment. 72-44 is the victory for the North Branch Rush City Vikings, and we'll get Joe Lattimore here on with us in the postgame for the postgame interview. And joining us here is the winning coach, Joe Lattimore. Coach, what a win here for you guys tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Ethan. Great job by the girls. The girls came out, we always talk about playing with great energy. I thought the girls came out right away and played with great energy. We're able to get some steals early, and that really helped us set the tone, like we said early, build a little lead, and then we were able to get through and do some things that we thought we would be able to do, but you never know when it's playoff time what's going to happen. So our girls had great nerves to start, and it showed with the victory here tonight.
And late in that first half, Hermantown was able to get into a little bit of a rhythm offensively. They were also able to turn the ball over and take the ball away from you guys a few times. What was the message there to the team when Hermantown started to get into a rhythm?
Well, we really ran into foul trouble there late in the first half there. We had a few girls with two, and then we had another girl who picked up her third there. So we were dealing with a lot of foul trouble there late. So we had to kind of weather that storm and make sure that we'd built up enough lead where it's like, okay, we're just going to have to make sure that we whatever happens here for the next minute is going to happen. So, but the message there was, we just have to make sure that we're mentally doing what we need to do to be successful. And, we had some mental lapses that weren't, that kind of set us back a little bit, but we were able to refocus and get after it. So they did a wonderful job with that.
And a 16-point lead going into halftime. What was the message to the team at halftime just to make sure that, hey, you come back out and try and reset the tone?
Well, for us, we've had many double-digit leads at half that have evaporated on us this year. So the message was, we know what we have to do to be successful, and we gotta come out with that same energy and effort, and make sure that we get the job done. And we were able to come out there and, we talk about the first 5 minutes and then the last 5 minutes winning time. So I thought those two 5-minute blocks, we did what we needed to do, or we set ourselves up so we could kind of get some other girls, who've been practicing with and working with us, and they were able to get in at the end there. So that was fun to see some of those girls get varsity experience tonight too.
No doubt. It is so cool when we were able to see that. And early on in that second half, we noticed some foul trouble for your team there. And again, it may have seemed like the whistles were blowing a little bit early, but both teams have to deal with it. So what was the message when those fouls just seemed to kind of pile on?
Well, the thing was, mentally trying to make sure that we understand that we are in foul trouble and we got to fight to live another day. So if that means giving up a basket and not picking up a foul, then that's what we have to do. But what I thought was we had 3 of our bench players, Maria Damiani, Ashley Bistadu, and Peyton Stainert. They came on and they gave great minutes. They played outstanding on both ends of the court, and they were able to help us, because it is a team game and everybody has a role, and I thought those 3 came in and were really the difference here in the second half for us, being able to come in and give us great minutes, and we didn't lose a lot with those. Our level of expectation didn't drop at all, so that was a credit to those 3 girls, because sometimes that'll slip a little bit, but it didn't tonight. They did a great job, so I was really proud and happy for Maria and Ashley and Peyton.
Yeah, and they did a really good job coming in. And you talked about it late in the game. You had some of those younger players come in and really get those valuable varsity minutes. I mean, just how good of an experience is that for them going forward, no matter what happens next, just to be able to get those minutes in a playoff game?
Right. It's exciting for them, as you come into it, you never know what's going to happen and if you're going to get in or not. So it was opportunity for them to get in. When you think back on it, that'll be a memorable experience for those girls who got to get in a in some a playoff game, which is a different level of competition that you're going against. They Hermantown played 10 girls and they had their next 5 in, or it was really. A little bit of their starters and a little bit of their bench, but our girls came in and they fought hard, and kudos to them. And they're the future, right? We had a few 8th graders out there, a few sophomores, so it was good to see them get out and get some positive experience and have some fun out there.
For sure, and you talk about the depth of this Hawks team. They rotate in a bunch of players. How challenging that was that for you as a coach to kind of see them be able to go that deep and try and resituate on defense?
Right, that makes it big, especially they were switching up both from man to zone, so trying to figure out what they were in defensively and figuring out what we could get, what set we needed to run offensively. But then, just being able to throw 5 fresh bodies at you all the time. We play 6 or 7 and sometimes get to 8, but, we have a lot of girls, we have 5 girls that play a lot of minutes, so sometimes that'll wear on you, but I thought our girls, we were able to come in. We had we had 2 great days of practice. We came in, we got our work in, got prepared, and it showed today that they were ready to go.
And now you get a couple more day break before you face off against Rockridge or Duluth-Denfeld. Obviously, let's
It'll be Rockridge.
Rockridge, yeah. I kind of assume so, but I never want to assume. But going forward, obviously you let the team enjoy this one, but what is the message to them to, hey, we got to get right back to it because we got another battle?
Yeah, we got another battle up there. Section semifinals. It's a privilege. It's an honor to get there because you got to earn it to get there. And for us, our focus is going to be. We've been up there. We were up there early in December, and they kind of took it to us in the first half. They jumped up big on us, and we were not able to really do what we like to do, what we're capable of doing. So our girls know that, hey, we've got to put our work in the next 2 days to be ready, to be prepared, so we can go up and give Rockridge our very best effort.
No doubt. And, Coach, I just want to thank you for taking time to do this post-game interview. It's greatly appreciated, and good luck on Saturday.
You bet. Thanks, Game Day. Appreciate it. Take care.
Absolutely. That, again, was the head coach, Joe Lattimore, joining us in the post-game. Thank you to him once again as the Vikings get the victory here over the Hermantown Hawks in this quarterfinal matchup, 72-44. We are going to keep it right here, and we're going to – actually, you know what? we're going to get one more commercial break because I need to catch up on my stats here, as it was quite a wild ride here in this one. But right back after this quick message.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Yeah, Embrace MN. Thanks so much to them for sponsoring us. Of course, thanks to all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. Taking a look at the stats here, finishing this one up for Hermantown. Leading the way for them with 12 was Olivia Johnson. Behind her was Bailey Hermanson with 8. And then 5, for Danica Balf. 4 for both Aurora Decker and Angel Adu Bobby, as well as Isabella Watiziak. And then 3 from Bailey Zagelmeyer. She hit that 3 early on, and I thought that was going to be a huge key for them, but sadly for them, the Vikings just did a phenomenal job keeping her off of the board. And then finally 2 for Hope Kahansky. They were led in rebounding by both Olivia Johnson and Aurora Decker with 8. They were 1 of 9 from free throws in the second half, 4 of 18 total. They had 14 total steals, 6 in the first half, 8 in the second. They had 3 blocks in the game. All 3 came from Olivia Johnson. And they had 14 total team fouls, 6 in the first and 8 in the second. And those steals are a little inflated because the JV players for the Vikings came in, and that did lead to a few more turnovers. But, that was, JV younger players, 8th graders, as you heard head coach Joe Lattimore saying, playing against Hermantown's varsity. So it is to be expected a little bit, but I thought the Vikings did a really good job with those younger players. The Hawks had 33 turnovers in this game, so not ideal, and a great job for North Branch. For the North Branch Vikings, leading the way for them with 31 points was Ella Kuhlman, 14 from Kayla Diedrich, 9 for Bella Folkema, 8 for Maria Damiani, and then you had 5 from Caitlin Lattimore, 4 from Joanna Bartkey, 2 for Natalia Rosales, and 1 for Amelia Lattimore. 10 rebounds for Bella Folkema on the night to lead the team, 7 for Ella Kuhlman, 5 for Maria Damiani, and 4 for Joanna Bartkey. They were 9 of 16 total from free throws, so just over 50%, matching their season total. They were 3 of 5 in the first half, 6 of 11 in the second. They had 19 steals, 9 in the first, 10 in the second, 2 blocks, 1 in each half, and they had 21 fouls, 11 in the first, 10 in the second. They also had 24 turnovers. So going forward here for North Branch Rush City, they will, Coach Lattimore pretty confidently saying they will be Rockridge, that they will play. It sounds like Rockridge is well on their way to a win over Duluth Denfeld. So they will face Rockridge in the second round of the semifinals up in Rockridge, up in Virginia. So it won't be the first time that North Branch has played Rockridge either. You heard it. It will be the second meeting between the two. And earlier in the season, it was a 72-46 loss for the North Branch Rush City Vikings, but this is a much different game. This is a much different look to this game coming up on Saturday. It's a semifinal playoff game in the section, and this North Branch Rush City Vikings team is dangerous. Let me tell you that. They are dangerous, and that's to say the least. So for this Vikings team, watch out for Saturday, because that game against Rockridge is going to be, and I think Rockridge is in for a rude awakening, honestly. They do have the best defense in the and best offense in the section, but they are playing a much different Viking team than they did back in December. So for North Branch, I think one of the keys in that game for Saturday is definitely going to be turnovers. They definitely have to limit the turnovers in that game. They had 24 here in this one. I think if they can even cut it down to 19, 15, I think would be ideal. 7.5 in each half. But if they can cut it down to under 20, just under 20, I think would be that much more of a help to this Vikings team up in Virginia against Rockridge. So I think if they can limit that, and then also eliminating some of the fouls. They kind of piled on. They didn't get one till closer to that halfway mark of the first half, and then they just kind of seemed to pile on. They got 11. And it could have been a lot worse. They did hold off there in the last few minutes. And they got 10 here in the second half. They all kind of piled on at the beginning. Seemed like they had 7 to 8 at the beginning and then kind of, went the last, 10 minutes with only getting 3. So going to have to try and make sure they can cut down on the fouls, at least piling them on all at once is how it seemed. They kind of seemed to pile them on all in one spot. So hopefully they can at least cut down on those in that game against Rockridge, because I think that'll be one of the bigger keys in that game. Those are 2 of my keys for that game. And again, one of the things I think for this Viking team is for them to get in rhythm early up in Rockridge and then don't stop. Put the pressure on and continue to put the pedal to the metal. So we wish North Branch Rush City the best of luck on Saturday. Hopefully we'll be talking about them winning that game on Monday, coming back Monday from that, and we'll be talking about them playing at Duluth-Denfeld High School on March 7th, the Thursday, March 7th, in that championship game against someone. Hopefully that'll be the case, but we will have to wait and see. I want to thank all of you for tuning in here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. Of course, thanks to all the fine sponsors. Of course, here's the pitch in North Branch. Spring break is just around the corner, and so is softball or baseball season. Make an appointment today at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Bring your own pitcher and swing for just $35, or use one of their state-of-the-art pitching machines for just $40. Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Make your plate appearance today. Also, don't forget, go to our website, kbk.com, and get your restaurant passport, because you can grab one even at 20 of our participating local restaurants, because you can get a chance to win free food. That's how you say it. Details at kbk.com. It's the tastiest way to tour our local area. The Restaurant Passport. Pick one up, collect stamps at the participating restaurants, and win gift certificates to those same places. A winner every day, and our grand prize winner will receive $500 in gift cards. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors. If you're listening to this one on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. That way you'll be notified anytime we go live with a local sporting event. All you'll have to do then is pull down the notification bar, click on the notification. It will take you right to the live audio or live video that we have on this YouTube page. So go ahead, click like and subscribe. Apparently I went southern there, like. Of course, stay tuned to our morning shows on this very station, KBK 95.5 FM with Rock and Rob and Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, then over on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's when you can catch your local sports updates. We'll, of course, talk about this game here tonight, all the other local games going on in our listening area, and regional and some national sports as well. Of course, don't forget to stay tuned to our websites at kbk.com and wcmpradio.com for all things local sports, especially the sports schedule. You can go to the sports tab on our website, go to broadcast schedule. That will show you all the links that we have for this week's upcoming games. That is subject to change just because of things happening of life. Also, stay tuned to our social medias at KBEK Facebook and WCMP Radio Facebook, and at our Twitter for both stations at WCMP Radio for all things local sports, whether it's LOI signings, breaking news, head coaches leaving, head coaches being hired, records being broken, teams advancing to state, teams signing their LOI, teams, or players breaking records, all things local sports you can catch up there on our social medias as well as our websites and our morning shows. The final here in this one, the North Branch Rush City Vikings beat the Hermantown Hawks 72-44, a lopsided victory here. They make a statement for their final home game of both the regular and postseason against Hermantown. Of course, we wish the best of luck to both of the Vikings seniors, Peyton Stannert and Kayla Diedrich, going forward. Hopefully Saturday will not be the last time they play. Hopefully it's only one of the last, 5, 6, what is it, to the state championship tournament. State tournament championship game. There we go. I think it's, what is it? It would be 1 and 4, so 5 or 6 games to the state tournament championship game. So hopefully they can play a lot more going forward. But again, we wish them nothing but the best of luck. The Vikings up in Virginia at Rockridge. Hopefully we can be talking about them playing in a championship game come Monday morning. For Nice 95.5 FM, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember to be kind to everyone. Never know what someone is going through, and your kindness can truly make or even change someone's day. Once again, for Nice 95.5 FM, the Vikings of North Branch Rush City beat the Hermantown Hawks 72-44 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. For KBEK Nice 95.5, I'm Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night.